Good morning, Mindlighters, and I hope you're having a great day. My name is Jackie Schwab. I'm CEO of Mindlight, and I wanted to help give you 6 tips today for working together to care for a loved one. One of the books that I found very helpful is one called The Caregiver's Companion, which I was literally just looking at, and I did put away so you guys can't see it. So The Caregiver's Companion is a book that was written by Carolyn Brent. She's an MBA, and she's talking about her journey and ways to kind of get through it. So this is the book, so you can see it when you go in. And so caring for your loved one medically, financially, and emotionally. Now, I recognize not everyone is a family caregiver. There are paid caregivers. There are also those who are caring for those that they don't necessarily love. But in this case, these are 6 tips that she gives and that I agree with, and I have also tried to instill in my caregiving life as well. So the first one is to pick a primary caregiver. And the reason to do that is so that there's a single person that doctors know to talk to, a single person that's legally responsible. That doesn't mean that everyone else doesn't get opinions. It just means that there needs to be someone kind of driving the ship. Second is divide up the tasks. There are going to be way more than you think, way much more to do than you would expect. You can mix them up by financial, medical, emotional. Maybe someone's lovey and touchy. Maybe someone's a numbers guy. Maybe somebody's great at talking to doctors. But divide it up. It's going to be too much. Number 3, express your fear or concerns within the group of people that are working together. They can't read your mind. They can only assume. And whether you communicate or not, you're still communicating. So if you choose not to say anything, then they're going to make assumptions on what you're thinking. And those assumptions may not be exactly what you were thinking. So express your fear and concerns. People can't read your minds. Number 4, give up controlling everything. I know it's really hard. When you were running your own household, you might have been able to do that, but now you're running 2 different households and maybe even more. There's no way you're going to be able to keep track of everything and control everything. So with that in mind, you are the right and the best person for all tasks, but you are not the only one. So try giving others the opportunity to be able to help. Plus, if you always take over everything and then you complain about being stressed, the likelihood of you getting any sympathy is pretty low. So it's always good to get a little help. Number 5, have regular check-ins. Not necessarily just when a crisis occurs, because it's one of those things that you feel like the only time your sister calls you is when she wants something, or the only time that Uncle Gene talks to you at all is when something happens to Grandma. So you don't want it to be that sort of scenario. So if you have regular check-ins, even when things are going well, you can establish a more of an emotional support as you move throughout the process. You also start adapting social routines and habits that you work on together. And being able to work on things together and having more of a regular rhythm will make it a lot less stressful when there is something that comes up. Regular check-ins can be on the phone, they can be in person, they can be even on Skype or Zoom or some other kind of technology, but it's really encouraged to get together and try to lighten the emotional load of each other too. You know, caregiving isn't just about getting stuff done, it's also about the tremendous amount of emotional stress that you have as well. So number 6. Be specific with your requests. I have a great example on this one, or at least I think it's great. One of our friends was asked by his sisters to go get his mom some shoes. And his mom has special shoes. They're orthopedic shoes with all these insoles. They're billions of dollars. And, and he went and did that. He ordered them online, all the specifics they had, he found what they were from his mom's shoes. And then he was done, right? I mean, they asked, he delivered. Well, it turns out that what they really wanted him to do is go to the house, check on mom, like they do. When they go to the house, they check on her, they clean up, they do some laundry, they do some dishes, they, make sure all the bills are paid. Well, he did what he was asked to do, and the request was not specific, and they were upset. He didn't know why, and no one was able to really get through it. So, be specific with your requests. People can't read your mind, right? See number 3. People can't read your mind. So if you need help, ask for help. If asking for help is hard, write a note, send a letter, send an email, make a voice recording. You don't have to necessarily talk to them, but you definitely need to get the help that you need. So, and one last tip, which isn't on the tips that we are given by Miss Carolyn Brent, is you can use the Iriis application at iriis.mindlight.com, which is in the comments, to be able to help you divide up the tasks, assign specific people that take care of specific things. And maybe that will be helpful to you. And there's a free version, so it's not even like we're asking you to spend any money. So hopefully you find this helpful, the tips for working together, And those are my kiddos in the background, so it sounds like Jack Jack's having a good time, so I'm going to let you guys go. Bye, Mindlighters. Have a great Monday.